Howdy and welcome back to the channel. I want to make this video for those of you who are looking to buy their first pistol or looking to buy their next one. I want to give you guys some information kind of from some first-hand experience and working with new shooters. So today we are going to talk about why the Glock 19 is never the wrong answer. I'm going to bring out my blue gun again, but my blue gun is a Glock 19. And if you don't hear anything else what I'm about to say, please listen to this. One of the main reasons why I think the Glock 19 is the way to go for your first pistol, size.
That's what she said.
One of the main problems I see with new shooters is when they go into the gun store, they see all the different pistols in front of them, and they start picking up different ones, and they essentially buy the pistol that feels the best to them. There's not necessarily a problem with that, but there kind of is, and this is what I'm talking about. Buying a pistol just because how it feels in the gun store is essentially like buying a car without test driving it. You need to figure out how it drives. What's the suspension like? What's the get up and go? What's the stop, turning radius? How quiet, how smooth is it? You need to know how that gun feels in your hand when it shoots, not when you're picking it up in the gun store. I say that because I primarily work with a bunch of new shooters. Too many times people have gone out and they've bought these small pistols that feel good in the hand, and then when we start shooting, they realize that, oh crap, I made a mistake. This thing is kind of hard to control. I don't really like it. It's at that point I stick a Glock 19 in their hand. And I'm talking about women that are 5'3", 5'4", have never shot in their lives. I stick a Glock 19 in their hand. They can grip it great, and they shoot those things just fine. There's something about the size of the Glock 19. I would honestly say that it fits about 90% of the population. One last thing to add, smaller pistols are easier to conceal, but they're a little bit more difficult to shoot. A certain round has inherent recoil. So if a pistol is smaller, it does not have as much weight to help absorb that, and then there is also not as much of the gun to grip and control that recoil. Next is retained value. Glock 19s and Glocks kind of in general, but mainly Glock 19s hold their value significantly greater than most pistols. If you'll go back and watch one of the some of the first videos I did on my channel back in 2016, you'll hear me talk about the first pistol that I ever purchased was a Springfield XD40. As I started to train, I realized I didn't like the 40 cals, a little bit snappy, not a big fan of high pressure rounds. And then two, I realized that the XD, there were some better options out there. While it is an adequate gun, there are some better options out there, and there was a reason why people mainly shot Glocks. So I took that gun and I traded it in. I think I bought that thing for about 540 bucks. When I sold that gun back to my gun store, I probably lost about $300 on that gun.
Idiot.
Those guns just don't retain their value. But here's the thing. You go buy a brand new Glock 19 for 500 bucks. You don't like it? You can sell that thing for almost the same price that you bought it for. If you sell it on the private market, if I put it on Gunbroker or Texas Gun Trader, I can probably take that $500 gun and sell it for $450, if not $425. So no harm, no foul, right? If you don't like it for whatever reason, you can recoup almost all of your money. The last reason why I think the Glock 19 is never the wrong answer is the availability of parts. I commonly refer to the Glock 19 as the Toyota Camry or the Honda Accord of handguns. Why? Are there better cars out there than Camrys and Accords? Yeah. Are there better handguns out there than Glocks? I would venture to say yes, there is. For the price that you're paying for a Glock 19 compared to other pistols, or a Camry and Accord compared to other cars, is it really worth it? I venture to say no. The reliability of these things is as great as any pistol out there. And here's the kicker. I can go into almost any gun store and find magazines, aftermarket parts, springs, repair kits. Whatever you're looking for parts-wise or aftermarket accessories, most reputable gun stores have Glock 19 parts on the shelf. Also, the availability of aftermarket work to frames and slides. My personal 19 that I have right here I carry a red dot now, but my frame was done by Maple Leaf Firearms up in Salina, Texas. And then I get my frames stippled and some rework done on them to make sure that they fit me. You have the ability to make this handgun fit you with a bunch of different options. Take advantage of that. There's no other pistol out there, I'd say, other than the 1911 that gives you these aftermarket options and these availability of parts to make this gun fit you personally. I appreciate y'all for watching. If you don't hear anything else from this video, please hear this out. Make sure you test fire your handgun before you buy it. There's only one manufacturer out there that will allow you to return handguns right now, and that's Walther. So if you want to give those guys a shot, they make great pistols, please do that. But please test drive your guns before you buy them. The last thing I want to happen is for you to buy a $500 paperweight and have it sitting in your safe and you don't shoot it because you didn't do your due diligence up front. That's one of the reasons why I think the 19 is never the wrong answer. It's the right size for 90% of the people out there. The parts and the availability are there, and it retains its value if for whatever reason you want to sell this thing because you don't like it. You should be able to recoup almost all of your money back on these things. Thanks again. Remember, be safe, be smart, be skilled. Catch you on the next video. And they realize that, hey, this thing, oh God, this is horrible.